You're listening to an African Elements top news story for July 2025. Please visit our website at africanelements.org for more daily news. Flint's unfinished fight, a decade for clean water. It has been more than a decade since the Flint water crisis began in April 2014. A state-appointed emergency manager made a decision to switch Flint's drinking water source from Detroit's system to the Flint River. This change was intended to save money, but it came with devastating consequences. The Flint River water was not properly treated with corrosion control, causing lead and other metals to leach from the pipes into the drinking water. The crisis led to a 2017 settlement requiring the replacement of all lead pipes in Flint. This agreement mandated the city of Flint and the state of Michigan to replace lead pipes and implement an effective lead monitoring system for at least 18,000 homes within 3 years. Despite this legal obligation, the work of identifying and replacing lead service lines remains incomplete as of April 2024, nearly 11 years after the crisis started. The program initially aimed for completion within 3 years, a target that was clearly missed. The slow pace of progress has led to continued legal action and deep frustration from residents and environmental groups. The Natural Resources Defense Council, NRDC, and local residents have repeatedly returned to court to demand that Flint comply with its obligations. In a significant development, a federal judge recently found Flint in civil contempt for failing to meet a deadline to remove all of the city's lead service lines. This legal finding means the city failed to comply with a court order, potentially leading to further penalties or oversight. The original lead pipe replacement program never included the pipes inside homes that were corroded. This exclusion, along with that of vacant homes, often stems from legal, logistical, and financial considerations. Pipes inside homes are considered private property, and replacing them would require direct access and significant costs outside public infrastructure projects. However, these exclusions have profound implications for residents' health and safety, as lead contamination can still occur from internal plumbing, and vacant properties can become sources of contamination if reoccupied without remediation. As of April 2024, nearly 2,000 homes still require repairs for property damage caused by the lead pipe replacement program. The replacement process has faced numerous challenges, including unclear numbers of remaining lead pipes, issues with property access, and inaccurate city records. There could be hundreds of lead pipes still underground, though the exact number remains unclear. The initial agreement did not cover vacant homes and allowed owners to refuse replacement, potentially leaving hundreds of pipes in the ground. Many city records were inaccurate or missing, with some handwritten on note cards dating to the early 1900s. This severely complicates the identification of lead pipes, making it difficult to plan and execute replacement programs efficiently. Without reliable records, water utilities cannot accurately determine which properties have lead service lines. The city's overall management of the program was deemed ineffective, with a lack of geographical coordination for pipe replacements. Efforts to update these records typically involve digitizing existing paper records and conducting field verifications. Recent efforts are underway to accelerate the completion of the lead pipe replacement program in Flint. In 2024, the city adopted an ordinance to prevent homeowners from opting out of pipe replacement. This measure directly addresses the challenge of homeowner refusals, which previously left gaps in the replacement efforts. Such ordinances, alongside public outreach and incentives, are crucial for achieving citywide lead-free water. Officials are now working from a list of over 4,000 properties that may still have lead lines, sending letters and making in-person visits to homes if needed. This list includes thousands of homes that have been left vacant due to the steep population loss in Flint over the years. Since 2016, Flint has replaced more than 10,000 lead service lines. Despite these efforts, the question of accountability remains. In 2023, the Flint water crisis case was closed without a single person being held criminally liable or accountable, even with dozens of deaths attributed at least in part to lead pipes. This lack of justice for the community, predominantly Black, underscores the ongoing struggle for environmental equity. The Flint water crisis serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences when public trust is broken and infrastructure is neglected. The continued presence of lead pipes, both external service lines and internal home plumbing, means a persistent risk of lead leaching into drinking water, potentially leading to chronic exposure and long-term health detriments for residents. The most effective long-term solution is the complete replacement of all lead pipes, a goal that remains elusive for Flint. The fight for clean water in Flint is far from over. The community, primarily African American, continues to demand justice and accountability for the crisis that upended their lives. The lessons from Flint are invaluable for other cities across the nation as they grapple with their own aging infrastructure and the imperative to protect public health. The path forward requires not only the physical replacement of pipes, but also a renewed commitment to transparency, community engagement, and holding those responsible to account. Copyright African Elements.